Okay, now let's move on to the page with the title Forces in Vertical Motion at the top. Let's look at example 1. Determine the subsequent motion of the object in the following cases. There should be the word subsequent motion. Okay. Now, let's look at it. In the first example, the initial motion is upward, and we've got a weight of 8 Newton, and it is lifted up by a force of 8 Newton. Now let me capture this screen and paste it on a paintbrush application. So what happened? Just consider the net force, 8 Newton up, 8 Newton down, so the net force is 0. So what will happen? It will move at uniform velocity. So it will move at uniform velocity upward. Okay, can I make it larger? Can I make it 12? Alright, and make it, I'll bold it. Okay, now for the second situation, the reasoning is the same. The net force is 0, so it moves with uniform velocity, but this time it's downward. So it moves at uniform velocity downward. Alright, so for the next example, there is an net upward force. So what will happen? It will move, I would say accelerate upward. Okay. How about the next direction? Oh, it's not so working. So let me switch it back. Pin swing and let me paste. Pin swing and paste. So for the next example, there is a net downward force, but the initial motion is upward. So what will happen? It will move up with deceleration. Moves up with deceleration. Okay, deceleration. And ultimately it will stop and then move down with acceleration. So the next for the next situation, initial motion is downward and we have a net downward force, so it accelerates downwards. Accelerate downwards. So for the next case, it's got an initial downward motion, but the net force is upward, so it will move downwards with deceleration. Okay, and then it'll come to a stop, and finally it will accelerate upward.